As we approach 100 days since the deadly riot on Capitol Hill, a new report by the U.S. Capitol Police Inspector General found that Capitol Police ignored critical intelligence ahead of the January 6th riot, including a warning that, quote, Congress itself is the target. With more on the findings from this watchdog report, NBC News correspondent for investigations Tom Winter and NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Leanne Caldwell join us now. Good morning to both of you. So, Tom, first, let me go straight to you to just help us understand the key findings of this report. What do they mean? What did they ignore? What have we learned?
Right. So there were a couple of things that we're focused on. Obviously, the response that day, the intelligence leading up to it, and then kind of a retrospective look at the training and the background of what was put into play for a situation like this. I want to read to you the first sentence of the intelligence assessment, Savannah. It says, due to the tense political environment following the 2020 election, the threat of disruptive actions or violence cannot be ruled out. That's the very first sentence. And then it goes on, as you said, to say that it wasn't going to be counter protesters, as was typically the case at Trump rallies where things might have gotten violent, but it was in fact Congress itself that was the target. It was a detailed intelligence assessment that included social media posts and findings from all sorts of various intelligence products. And as we reported previously, Savannah, and as we've discussed before, the NYPD sent down 4 packets of information about what they found on social media. There were FBI warnings, this infamous FBI Norfolk warning, which was included in full in this Inspector General's report yesterday. So I think it's important to know, a lot of people said this was an intelligence failure. It appears, looking at this, it was perhaps, in the analysis of it by people in law enforcement, not so much an intelligence failure as it was a failure to imagine what could occur, and also a failure to properly have enough National Guard there, Savannah.
Leanne, you hear a warning like Congress itself is the target. I mean, that's chilling. What's the reaction been like on Capitol Hill?
Well, Savannah, the official U.S. Capitol Police did put out a statement in response to this report, and it was actually pretty conciliatory. It wasn't extremely defensive, which is what I was expecting. And they wrote acknowledging that there were mistakes that were made. And this is what they wrote. The department fully agrees with many of the recommendations it has received from the task force and the Office of Inspector General. It's also aware that nearly all of the recommendations require time and significant resources the department does not have. So it is putting some pressure on Congress to provide the resources it needs in order to do its job. But Savannah, I do want to say one current senior law enforcement official at Capitol Police did remind me and wanted this point to be known, that actually there were mistakes made. The Capitol Police did do its job. The only goal of Capitol Police is to keep members of Congress safe. Not one member of Congress was hurt on that day, and everyone was safely evacuated. Savannah.
It is something to remember and to be thankful for. Now, Leanne, the Capitol Police Inspector General Michael Bolton, who prepared this report, is set to testify before a House committee today. What might we anticipate from this hearing? What details will he likely be pressed on from this?
Yeah, well, there are going to be lots of questions from members of Congress, of course. They are likely going to want to know why the decision was made to present a posture to deal with First Amendment protesters, something that happens often on Capitol Hill. Obviously, that is not what the January 6th riot was, so they will be pressed on that. And I expect members of Congress to ask a lot of questions about what specifically Capitol Hill or Capitol Police need from Congress in order to better do its job, Savannah.
Now, Tom, we hear that they knew before that there could be violence, that Congress itself is the target. I mean, what are we going to hear about how to stop this from happening again? How do we ensure the security of Capitol Hill moving forward?
Well, right. Well, I think the Inspector General came up with a couple of different suggestions, and we can take a look at some of the key findings on screen. But I think when you look at it, they're going to be focused on, one, what are the training here? So were they properly trained? There were some real gaps that the Inspector General found as far as how often Capitol Police officers were trained in handling these types of situations on what we saw on January 6th, what type of equipment that they had as far as preparing for non-lethal type rounds, non-lethal type ammunition. Some of the stuff that they hadn't even been used in a while and was obsolete. So even if they needed it, it wasn't something that anybody was prepared to use. Talking about streamlining the intelligence unit, obviously getting more information to more people in a more quick fashion, more rapid fashion. That's obviously important. And they talked about adding security clearances as well so officers can review that. There's a lot of folks in law enforcement that might take issue with that a little bit, Savannah, and essentially say, look, you don't need more people reading all these raw reports. You need more people reacting to the information that you have, and you need the commanders to really stand behind their officers on the front lines and give them the tools that they need.
Tom, before I let you go, just very quickly, I know you have new reporting regarding the Capitol police officer who fatally shot a rioter. What is that?
Right. So the Justice Department yesterday came out with a press release and a statement saying that they're not going to charge that officer in the death of 35-year-old Ashley Babbitt. She was shot and killed trying to break into one of the sections of Congress near the House chamber. They essentially said in the law here, particularly in light of case precedent, what the Supreme Court has ruled, that when you try to bring a type of civil rights violation, which is what they were apparently, according to the press release, a path that they were looking towards from a standpoint of a prosecution, anytime an officer believed or had a reasonable basis to believe their life was in danger, certainly a member of Congress's life could have been in danger. We saw that. Leanne talked about it, that it would be very difficult for them to meet the elements that they would need to bring forward a prosecution. So as a result, they're not going to bring charges very quickly. Savannah, we have continually asked for that officer's name for additional information about that incident and continue to get no response from the Capitol Police. It's an area of transparency. The audience can decide whether or not it's appropriate for us to have this little information this far out from that shooting.
That's a great point. Tom and Leanne, so much good information. Thank you so much.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.